In this problem, we want to use superposition to find the voltage V across this 1 ohm resistor. In superposition, what you do is look at the response of what you're looking for to each individual input, killing all of the other inputs at the same time. So let's look at the response to the 2 amp source first. To look at the response of the 2 amp source, I'm going to kill the 6 volt source, so I'm going to redraw the circuit. So the 6 volt source becomes a short circuit, and now I can just look at the part of the voltage across the 1 ohm resistor that's due to the 2 amp source. I'll call that V sub A. So in this particular case, this looks like a current divider. I have a 6 ohm resistor in parallel with the combination of a 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistor. I know the total current going into that. I can find this current, I sub A, by a current divider. So I sub A is the total current, 2 amps, times the other resistance, 6 ohms, over the sum of the two resistances, which is 6 ohms plus 3 ohms, since the 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistors are in series. This becomes 2/3 of 2 amps, or 4/3 of an amp. So VA, now by Ohm's law, is just 1 ohm times 4/3 of an amp, so that's 4/3 of a volt. Now I want to look at the response of this voltage V to this 6 volt source with the 2 amp source killed. So the response to the 6 volt source, still have my resistors. So now the part of this voltage that's due to the 6 volt resistor I'll call V sub B. The current source has become an open circuit. So now the current through all of these elements is the same, and we have a series combination of resistors with a known voltage across them. I can find V sub B directly from a voltage divider. So V sub B is equal to 6 volts, the total voltage, times its resistance, 1 ohm, over the sum of all the resistances, which is 1 ohm plus 2 ohm plus 6 ohms. So this becomes 6 times 1 over 9, so this is 6 over 9 volts, which is the same as 2/3 of a volt. Now I add these contributions together to get the total voltage. So V is V sub A plus V sub B, which is going to be equal to 4/3 of a volt, plus 2/3 of a volt, which is 6/3 of a volt, or 2 volts. Now just for kicks, I think I'll check this result against an approach from another analysis method that we might be more familiar with. So let's check this. This circuit isn't really reducible because I have a voltage source and a current source, and I don't really know how to combine those. I mean, I can combine this guy here, sum those together. For nodal analysis, I would have 2 independent nodes, so I'd have 2 equations and 2 unknowns. For mesh analysis, I'll only have 1 mesh current. So let's do mesh analysis. If I kill this source, my single mesh current is going to go around the outside here. That's going to be I1. I need to have a constrained loop for the 2 amp source. I think I'll put it around this side. That's 2 amps. And now, if I start down here, I have 1 ohm times I1 plus 2 ohms times I1 plus 6 volts plus 6 ohms times I1 plus my constrained current, which is going in the same direction as my mesh current, so that's plus 2 amps. That sums to 0. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 6 is 18. If I take that to the other side of the equation, that's minus 18 volts. Then I have 1, 3, and 6, so that's 9 I1, and I1 is equal to minus 2 amps. Now, the voltage V by Ohm's law is going to be 1 ohm times I1, except I1's entering the negative terminal, so V is equal to the negative of I1 times 1 ohm, which is negative, negative, so 2 volts, and it matches up perfectly well, and we have a lot of confidence in our solution.